right, a couple weeks from now, I'll be in Florida. I was really hoping to get down to National Spring Training down there in West Palm. Not going to happen right now because the fields are empty. A lot of fans are disappointed. Negotiations still stalled. The co-founder of LifeFlip Media and our friend Eric Mitchell up late with me here tonight on the Final Five to break it all down. Well, when this all started, Eric, I had you on and I said, are they going to get the season off on time? And you said, nope, and you were right.
Hey, Jim, I don't know why I don't like being right about this. I'm a diehard baseball fan. Mm-hmm. I live for this part of this spring training's fun. I was planning on taking my 15-year-old down to Scottsdale to watch some good baseball. And here we are, no baseball.
Yeah, so again, it's this clash between the owners and the players, and the owners are the ones who precipitated this. They decided to lock them out because this was not a strike. This was not the players walking off the job. And you know what's interesting here is when you look at how the baseball payrolls have broken down over the last couple of years, they've actually been on the downswing. It's still a hell of a lot more money than you and I will see in our lifetime. But the owners have been making more money. They've been paying their players less. There is a disparity there, if you want to call it that. Most fans are looking at this as millionaires versus billionaires. They're not finding it easy to find any sympathy here. But give me a sense of what the players that you talk with are saying right now about this process.
Well, let's start off with the simple one, Jim. Let's just start this off. The owners in Major League Baseball took 43 days to respond after they locked the players out. They waited till the last second, and it came down to this mess that was kind of going back and forth last week. Of course, there's another news story that's much bigger than Major League Baseball lockout going on.
Yes, you're right.
But at the same time it's going on, we get really close Saturday night. I mean, we're literally going back and forth, walking across a parking lot in Arizona or, in Jupiter, Florida.
Yeah.
And here we are, and nothing happens. We get down, we move it back to Tuesday. Originally it was, midnight on Monday, and then it became, wait a minute, we'll do 5 p.m. on Tuesday, and nothing. It comes down to money, and the owners wouldn't move. The owners didn't like what the players were asking for. The players want a little bit of that cut of money that the owners are having. They want some of that percentage. They want to make sure the minor league baseball players, who, by the way, the owners do not pay. I mean, those guys are making minimum wage, and they ride in some of the worst. There's a big difference from AAA baseball to Major League Baseball. Let's just put it that way. It's like going from Target to like Nordstrom's or something like that. It's really bad. I mean, it's a big hop, right?
That's a great comparison there, actually, when you think about it.
I'm just trying to kind of make it so we all kind of see, because I do hear what you're talking about, this argument of it's billionaires versus millionaires, but it comes down to more than that. What these players what they're vehemently against is what the owners want, which is to expand the postseason to this amazing, it was 14 or 16 teams being added to the postseason. So it would be
effectively more, you might get to a point where it's more than half of the teams in Major League Baseball in the playoffs.
Exactly. And their players are like, no, we don't want to do that. But let's keep in mind, the Atlanta Braves, I'm just using them because they are the current World Series champs.
Right.
The postseason gave them $100 million, $106 million in profit last season. Mm-hmm. So this is what it is. Annually, it's looking like if they run this 16 to 14 teams in the postseason, that's $100 million annually for the owners. So, of course, you see that like cha-ching. The players just want to have a little bit of say. The owners want to take this ridiculous rule where it was a year. Like if you wanted to institute a new rule, they would vote on it, CBA, down the road, and then it would be installed the following year. They want to do 45 days. And the players are like, come on, we want to have some say in this. It's our sport, not your sport, because you're just sitting up there like fat cats while we're out here playing, endangering ourselves. I mean, baseball still is a sport. It's a professional sport at that. It is dangerous and hazardous, and those guys collect paychecks, and these guys have to go out there and hit the ball. I mean, it's just a mess.
I want to get your take on what was announced, I believe, yesterday. So you have the Players Association saying we're going to come up with this $1 billion fund where we would put that towards paying a lot of these stadium workers. Because, look, I see them at Nats Park. You see them at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, where there are these people who this is their job. Like, this is their job during the spring and summertime to run the concession stands, to collect the tickets. They are caught in the crossfire here. It's $1 million, which in the grand scheme of things, it's a drop in the bucket, but it's still, as I see that, a good faith effort by the players to go to the fans and people who care, saying, like, look, we're going to do what we can. We're going to put some of this money where our mouths are. So what can be done right now to get people on board with either it's one side or just at least excited to get this season eventually going again?
Two things, Jim. One, I totally feel you with the stadium workers. They already are coming back from the mess of COVID-19, right?
Correct.
We had limited, and we all felt bad. Leagues across the NFL, NBA, NHL, just name it. Everybody was affected. Now to go do this again to these poor people when we're finally masks are off. I mean, I don't know what the Freedom Convoy is coming to complain about, but masks are off. Everybody's out. You can just enjoy life again and kind of recover from all of this. And these poor folks are affected. Yes, $1 million isn't a whole bunch, but it's a lot to them. And it's what they were counting on for income. But what Major League Baseball, the biggest issue that I have here is Major League Baseball doesn't have a face. They don't have a player. I mean, yes, Mike Trout and a few others, but they don't have the LeBron James and the Steph Currys and the LaMelo Balls of the world. They don't have a face. They can't market this. They can't. It's hard to market Major League Baseball because fans are sick of it. You see a boycott going on Twitter right now. Trending on Twitter is canceling your Major League Baseball pass. It's just bunk because half these games are blacked out. If you're a Nationals fan and you go to the West Coast or your team travels, you're not going to see the games. And it's not fair for your fans that you're like, wait a minute, you're right down the street and you're blacked out. That's not fair.
There's so much going on.
Major League Baseball needs to fix a lot.
Eric, 15 seconds here. When do you think the season's going to start?
I was going to say early April. From what I'm hearing, it would be late April at the earliest.
Okay.
Talks did not go good yesterday.
I've heard some people say Memorial Day is possibly a jumping off point, but we're going to see. Maybe I'll see you in person before then. I hope that happens, Eric. Good to see you again.
Hope so. Thanks, Jim.
Final Five is back after this.